everyone. Welcome back to We Need to Talk About. I think I've lost count of the episodes, but we remain your favorite girls. Well, I hope we're your favorite girls. And this is Femi, as always.
Eniola.
So yesterday was Father's Day, June 18th. And we shared some movies on our Instagram handle, which is at WNTTA podcast. And we just wanted to share, some of the movies there. Father of the Bride. Have you seen it? The one with what's the guy? Steve Martin.
Yes.
Fatherhood with Kevin Hart.
Yes, of course.
Lionheart with Genevieve.
Of course.
Chief Daddy. Did you watch Chief Daddy?
Yes, I did. There's even a part 2.
I think that was very chaotic. It was chaotic.
It was chaotic.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I watched it. I mean, all the entertainment.
Yeah, Abby. Eleshionba.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that we should review because my mother-in-law watched it with me. Was it my mom? No. That watched it with me, my mother-in-law. And she wasn't happy with the ending. Everybody in my house was angry. It was just me and my brother, Tunde, that we kind of agreed that the movie was great. I think Tunde's wife was like, the movie was rubbish. Why? Because everybody wasn't expecting the way it would end. But I think I kind of got the entire story and I really loved it.
Yeah. The Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith.
Oh, of course.
Lion King. Oh gosh. Like
I never did
somebody
do a remake.
They did now.
They
Live
did.
Action.
Okay.
The one that was Beyonce and she had the soundtrack.
Yeah,
and all that.
Okay. True.
Yeah. She was
me.
Nala or something. Yeah. The Judge with Bryan Cranston. The Godfather. Yeah.
Of course.
And then Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia.
Here we go again.
Mama.
I get everything.
Okay. All right. So, moving on. We wanted to just share a little story. Personal story. About how I met this woman.
What?
Called Eniola. This story. So I think it was. Okay, let me say when I actually first met you. So someone had said that I needed to, because we're trying to do something in Lagos, right? And someone said I needed to speak with this Eniola person in Elisha. I was like, okay, no problem. So I think maybe we spoke or something. And then you're now speaking Fune. I was like,
what? English now.
I was like, what's wrong with this one? Somebody in Elisha. How is somebody in Elisha for me Fune for me?
I think it's because you had an impression that you were going to be one rundown. Babe.
Well, and
you see,
someone had come to vent about you to me at some point, but I didn't know you then.
Yeah.
And the person was like, this and your line in Elisha. Sometimes I was like, sorry, like I don't know her, but
yeah.
Then when I now spoke with you, you're not speaking for Nay. I said,
I think that because people just didn't expect that level of excellence coming from. And you guys were just wondering that you could just come and railroad us and just be doing anyhow from HQ. I needed to show you that.
I think did I Google you or I looked for you on Instagram or something. You had this profile picture. I don't know how you had this profile picture. And you were wearing this dress from this. I think it was from Shop FSS. And I was like,
as a fashion icon.
I can see. Okay, so she knows what's up. Okay, she's not an Elisha babe. Okay, she's maybe a Lagos big girl that just happened to be transferred to Elisha or something. And then we had that first project together.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay.
You see now.
Yeah. Okay.
See, no, let's rectify this story, right? Okay, so in your mind, you already thought that maybe I'll be saying is go is come.
Yes.
And I'll be saying Kujin.
Well, maybe not Kujin,
or seeking.
But like
I think that's what it was.
The
yeah.
came from nowhere.
But Mogboibo now. I believe me now. That's how I
didn't know that.
Right?
Yeah.
So and then you were taken aback.
I was
actually.
I was like, and she now speaking like,
and then we started the project now.
Yeah.
You saw that girl, what's up now?
Yeah.
Detailing, blah blah. Do you know how many things we've done together? Dream team.
I know, right?
So you see,
she's always dragging me into
Femi,
random.
no, you're always dragging me into things.
But you like
I do
it.
not. Okay, yes.
You will complain at first.
I'll be happy to do it.
Yes.
So exactly. So let's say the story properly, right? So by the time I now met you, and we had that, it was the smart drinking campaign thing that we did at work.
Was that the first one?
No, global,
International Women's Day.
Was it International Women's Day? Global smart drinking.
Okay, it was
week.
smart drinking.
Yeah, it was smart drinking, right?
Yeah.
And then I was wondering that who is this one?
And
then I don't even know what we said, and then you just said kissing. I'm like, kissing,
I know,
girl. So I'm like, I know you were still for me now. When I moved to Lagos, you were still for me. But you were coming to meet me downstairs, trying to be my friend somehow. Yeah.
That's not true.
No. You were like, let me just like,
my friend.
Let me just go and meet this girl's friend because like, I don't come on, you cool. Then you know what that your Dami Olushola dress? What's the name of that dress? That
Abiola
Olushola. Okay, what we go? Okay.
So we're pretty much sizing each other
up,
right?
And then I'm like, okay. I mentioned Jesus. It's like she's understanding my Jesus. So I'm like, okay. Okay, well, the same Jesus check. Brain check.
Yeah.
Diligence check. Fashion check. But why not now? Why not be friends? Have you?
No comment. But yes, and since then, it's been
always sisters.
Nothing but good vibes.
Friends.
But I know we can never be on the same team, Sha. Like,
what do you mean?
Because before we kill each other. I think the reason why we work is because we're like, okay, after this project, we're going
back. Yeah, because you're annoying.
Femi,
who is more annoying?
Okay, no problem.
If you say let's do this, I'm saying no, let's do it. That I was saying, babe, it's not going to work. If you say Eniola, you don't listen.
Do you listen?
I listen sometimes. Your argument just has to be superior to mine.
If
it's not superior,
she has brought Rainbow.
Oh yeah. Let's start. Yeah.
Okay, so we're reviewing
Extraction 2,
starring
Chris Hemsworth. Hey, God, did I want to say Chris
Hemsworth?
Yoruba girl, me. Yoruba doesn't want me to be great. Hey, God. Chris Hemsworth.
Just take a deep breath. Hemsworth. I'm so tired of hearing because of AI, Yoruba people say hey hi. Hey guy.
Hi. And sometimes now the Yoruba and you, it's just like this H factor will just want to hey, you just be like God. But
save your
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
No, now you go on.
No, now you started it. Go on.
You started it.
No, you said starring Chris.
Oh yeah, and then
oh God, starring Chris. God, will I ever be serious?
Oh yeah, say Idris Elba. Can you say Idris Elba? Can you say Idris Elba?
I can't say Idris Elba. I can't say that.
Idris
okay,
Elba.
Continue. Okay,
Idris
I think
Elba.
I'm not really in the mood to name any of the cast.
Idris Elba.
I've said that one now. What's your problem?
Okay, do you want to talk about is this synopsis or synopsis of the movie plot? But everybody knows what Extraction 2 is about. He was Tyler Rake. Chris Hemsworth came back as Tyler Rake. And he was given the mission to go rescue his
sister-in-law.
His sister-in-law,
ex-wife's
sister, and their 2 kids from a prison in Georgia. And because they were with some bad guy, that wanted to stifle them, or just like a really mean person, Sha. I was very happy when I saw Idris Elba. Sorry, it just makes me very happy.
Yeah, I know. He's got Riz.
He's got Riz. Let me see. Sandro, that boy. I think I saw someone say that Sandro better not cross 10 Milan Bridge because
Sandro
beat him up.
He's a naughty boy. What's that about? He went to go and report to his uncle, only to realize that his uncle is a bad guy. But didn't he know that one before?
And it took such a long time for him to realize. But then it's like, Why was he? He was a kid, but still.
I know, please.
Still.
In Jesus' name, go for
your child will not do that.
Yes, you have to be smart now. Anyway, but it's a movie, right?
Yeah.
And
if he didn't do that, there won't be any movie. Yeah. And I feel like he's now the most hated son in Hollywood after Tariq in Power.
God, I used to detest Tariq.
Like even just seeing him, like this boy
again, right? And now it's Sandro. Really, who else was more annoying than Tariq?
I don't know any other son that was like an annoying son.
Miss Sandro he's annoying as well. Yeah. Because he did quite argue. And it wasn't like he didn't see his father hit his mother.
Exactly.
Yeah. And based on the dialogue in the movie, you could tell that it was way more than once that he experienced that whole domestic violence thing.
Yeah.
And he still chose his father's side.
I guess
maybe because he wanted to be accepted, because his father kind of like kept saying that he hadn't grown to be a man or he needed to be a man or something. So maybe they need to be accepted by his dad.
Yeah. And even also his uncle as well, who like, do you see the way, do you remember when his uncle raked that governor in the, I was like, okay.
No, but I could tell, didn't you see that coming? Once he said, we lost our prized bull.
Yeah.
I already knew that
something was happening.
Something.
And it was funny how there was somebody digging something.
Yes, now. And digging a grave.
But in that moment, we didn't know, right? So, he said, walk with me. So as they were walking, when he got to that grave in quote spot, that he raked the guy and the guy fell into the... Yeah, it was so...
that was brutal.
Yeah. Sure. I think I like the fight scenes. I prefer this to John Wick. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah. Because John Wick was just so drawn out. Like, I like John Wick though, don't get me wrong. But it's just, I think I'm more of like I prefer gunfights to actual like punching and kicking and just, just everybody just doing whatever it is they want to do. Like, just shoot. Pa, 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 pa. If you can dodge, you dodge. If you can do something. But I prefer gunfights, and I prefer Extraction 2 to John Wick. And that's my
you prefer John Wick to Extraction 2 to John Wick.
Yeah. That's my unpopular opinion for the thing.
Okay. That's a bit...
Because it was more... I don't want to use the word. It was followable. Like, there was more story. I mean, we could relate with Tyler. There was a plot. But John Wick was just fighting. Again, don't get me wrong. I like John Wick. But it was just like, he was just fighting for himself. But then you have, Tyler on the other hand, where, he's trying to save people. And what he said was, people pay him to do what they can't do. And, I really thought that was a cool line. So, and yeah.
Okay. So, maybe just to backtrack a bit, right? This movie has mixed reviews as well. Yeah. Some people think it's dull, right? But, I kind of like enjoyed the fight scenes. I liked when Tyler killed the guy. That's the bad guy. The bad guy's brother. What's his name now? Can't remember.
Something about Zuba. I think it's Zubar or something.
Is it Zebra?
Zubari.
Zubra. Okay, whatever. Shall with the word. It starts with the letter Z.
Yeah.
And then he killed him. He smashed his face against the burning furnace. And then...
Okay, the first brother in prison.
Yeah, the first brother in prison. And then he did this thing with his hand and split his hand into two.
Yes.
I was like...
Oh, he broke... Yeah.
He broke it. Like
from the fingers.
He pulled the fingers apart. And then it got divided into two. I was like...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That must have been painful. And then the guy goes... And then his wife now hit him with some metal thing, and then the guy now
he died.
Yeah. I like that part. I didn't quite understand though. At some point they had to run into the prison yard.
Yes.
And there was a lot of fighting. and all of that.
Yes,
but then I
because the
realized
two
that
gangs.
maybe when there's a riot, nothing is fair and they're just beating each other, because I didn't quite get why they were
they
trying
had
to
to
carry
beat-
the girl
yeah.
away, because it really had nothing to do with them. I didn't quite get that part. But I think maybe that's what happens when there's a riot,
Yeah.
right? Everybody just goes mad.
And you know, something I said I was thinking was that it just shows the wickedness of man's heart, right? Like not man gender, but just man's heart, right? Because again, like you said, like what did Tyler do to them that they wanted to kill them? Like your fight is with your other inmates, so why don't you just let them go? Why did you have to? And then, you know, again, it's like maybe because they hadn't seen women in a while, so I feel like they may have wanted to, you know, do something bad to the lady, right? Like sexually assault her or something. And it's like why are men wicked? Again, not the men gender. Why is man wicked, right? I think this movie is about fatherhood. What do you think? So like on Tyler's part, right? You know, him leaving his son and going and using the excuse that he was going to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And you know, Sandro, you know, looking up to his father and all of that.
Well, yeah. Well, now that you've said that, maybe I could see that in it. Yeah, definitely there were some daddy issues going on there.
Yeah, there were daddy
because
issues,
even the Zubra guy and his brother, I'm not getting his name correctly now, Sha. You know, they had this thing with their dads that, you know, there was some bit of domestic violence as they were growing up. So they were exposed to Zurab, and they were exposed to some form of violence as well from their father.
Yeah.
And then even Sandro's father as well was violent.
Yeah.
Tyler Rake had the issue where, you know, he didn't want to see his son die, suffer. So he went off to Afghanistan, and then his wife had to do all the honors for him and all of that as well. So yeah, maybe
to deal with the fallout of you know, the son dying and that. Yeah,
I did feel sad when Jay died though.
Who's that?
Is it Jay? What's his name? Jay?
Yaz?
Yaz, sorry. I'm very bad with names. Yaz. And you know, the way they were showing him, I just knew that boy Omaku. Because I was so burnt.
Yeah,
because there was no need.
It was not necessary.
Yes, it was very unnecessary.
Maybe they didn't sign his contract for part 3.
Because to be honest, I was so burnt on his behalf because he was doing fine with his sister. Then Tyler called him to say, "Please, we need more hands here. Come here." And that's what happened. And then they shot him. But I still thought he was going to survive. Yeah. And then he was trying to get into the helicopter. Yeah. And then boom, that guy shot. I was so burnt. And I could feel, I could appreciate his sister, Yaz's sister.
Nick.
What's her name? Nick is her name?
Yeah.
I'm really bad with names. So I could appreciate the grief. Yeah. You know, when she lost her brother, because I mean, that's something that I'm going through as well. And I could just, when he died, I was like, oh yeah, that's really sad. And I think she embodied it. You know,
well, she had to, because she had to in that moment, right? Because she was fighting for her own life as well.
Yeah, but she really embodied that role of a grieving sister, especially if that's like your only sibling, and you know you have to watch the person die. You know, it's a horrific thing.
I feel like maybe at some point, now this is me just conjecturing, that maybe she had said, you know, this, you don't want this life.
Exactly.
Don't come into this, you know, don't come into this industry. It's not safe. You know, you're my baby brother. I don't want you to. And then it's like, no. I have to be there. Yeah. Yeah.
But I also think that, you know, do you think they like each other? Nick and Tyler?
Of course not.
Yeah,
from is it episode 1? The first part.
I felt like, so I'm asking that, do you think like they like each other? Like, yes, that's what the movie wants us to think, right? Mm-hmm. But you almost can't feel it as much. Like, I don't know. I felt it was a bit, it wasn't giving.
Maybe I think they've had past history. What was past history? They've had history. Femi, I can tell.
Exactly. Mommy is watching this thing. Can I come and be disgracing PC girls?
They have history, right? And I know there's some. So maybe because of his own, maybe he's dealing with his own demons or something, and maybe the baby's like, Makotie, don't Makotie Bami. What's that in English?
Yeah. Don't.
Mafitie Kobami.
Mafitie Kobami. Don't shy. Don't use your own to kobalize me.
What's kobalize?
Kobalize is kobalize. Don't shy put me in trouble.
Wife.
Don't stay my wife.
Just leave me as I am. Generally,
exactly.
I feel like maybe at the end of, if there's extraction 5 or 6 or 7, though, something will shall happen. Between them.
When we finished extraction, we kind of both said that, we wanted a bit more.
Yeah, it was kind of, is it anti or anticlimactic?
Yeah. It wasn't. So what I'm saying is that, even for Tyler, his personality, we just saw him just fighting. And no, there is something that is somewhat lacking in that character that it doesn't, So we get the part that he was, he was fighting to save someone. And then we did get like a bit of a background into it. I don't really feel his emotions.
This guy is a war hero. They don't usually have those type of emotions. So? Yeah, and he's in it for the money. See how he just gave out $1 million.
The story about, his son dying, the whole thing with his wife, I felt that he could have given a bit more of a bit more emotion. I didn't feel that as much in the story, but I guess that it gets better in the other sequels and all of that, right?
Maybe
I think
3.
that be a bit more. I really like.
You wanted to see more of what though?
Maybe more emotion to Chris Hemsworth in that flick in Extraction.
He was maybe in the first one he was emotionally sort of emotionally attached to the boy.
Yes.
So maybe that's where it came from, that I'm not going to
maybe
to be I wasn't really emotionally attached, so that
I wasn't really feeling him as much in.
Well, maybe because it was his ex-wife's sister.
I think I got a bit of some emotion when he was talking to Sandro when they were outside. Yeah. But then again, it was just very surface level. I didn't feel it as much, and I would have liked to see more of that.
Maybe he needs to go to therapy and just, let it all out.
To let it all out, right?
He needs to sit on a couch to let out the emotion.
Yeah, but the fight scenes were good.
Yeah. Really? I like that they used Nick more, because in the first one she didn't really do much.
Yeah,
she was just sitting pretty.
Yeah, pretty face and all of that. I really like the fact that
she could fight, and hold her own, in front of that train.
Like, especially, in the train, that train fight. That was good. Yeah. She gave them
her all,
yeah, that was good. I liked Idris. I like that guy. When he comes into a movie, right, he changes everything, right?
And he was literally just there for like all of 10 seconds.
Everything changed. The atmosphere changed. And even at the end, right, immediately they were driving the car. And I could see his silhouette, right? Yes. I'm like, oh God. Even the way he was talking. I was like,
it's like Sound of Music up in here. Okay. See you, Idris.
So, yeah. So, all in all,
I think we'll see more of him in the third one.
Yes, definitely.
Which is definitely coming out.
When is it coming out, though?
I think they said next year or 2025.
Please, stop stressing us. Can't the movies just come out a year after?
Maybe they need money and all of that.
Yeah, thing there. You now have to go and be cracking your brain and then go and watch that one again. Stressful, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't remember. And then you really have to go and watch it again. And what makes you think you want to watch it again? You just want to go to the next part. Why do you have to go and watch it again? You want to rely on your brain and your brain power that you can remember what happened in
and go and watch, let me say, season film. So I can remember what happened in the last episode.
Yeah. What other part did I like? Let me see.
think that was
Did you
about it
know
for me.
that the guy, what's his name?
Who?
That's the bad guy, the uncle. was going
Zurab.
to- Yeah, Zurab was going to shoot his. You know,
Who's
at
that?
the end.
Yeah. Shoot his nephew?
No,
Shoot who?
not the nephew now. Was it like his uncle or his henchman or
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
The one that felt that he was like a trusted advisor and he was trying to say.
Did you see that coming?
should
Because
do
I saw that coming. That but boy, they're going to kill him because he was trying to say, "Don't be vengeful."
Yeah.
When he started saying, "Your father, what happened to your father? What happened to your I already knew that. You're going to. Why would you be telling somebody that is mentally unstable?
I actually thought he would shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Because that would have made a more dramatic, like, just shoot him in the head and keep him moving. But then he shot him in the tongue. Maybe that's some, like, maybe he respected the guy or something.
He shot him
in the
in the belly, and then we waited and then we saw the gun with him and then the guy just dropped
the Bible.
Yeah,
was it Bible? He said God though.
Did you say God? Uh-huh.
I feel like it was Quran though. I've said Allah.
Okay, it was. Okay, maybe.
I think it was Bible.
Maybe it was Bible.
Yeah.
Then.
And they were quite religious.
Yes.
Something about religion and people.
And what?
No comments.
Please don't let me go there, I beg, because that's a conversation for another day. Maybe what I'll just say is that being religious doesn't necessarily make you a child of God or a child of Allah, right?
No,
because people don't.
Yeah.
Or with being religious, then you're just following tenets. You're not really. You've not imbibed it in you. It's not living in you, and so it can't really be exemplified in you. You're just following a bunch of teachings, and so sometimes you're not even using your brain. They just say, and so at the end of the day, religious people tend to be fanatics, which is not because they become almost extremists, right? They can't apply it. They don't even want to think about it. They are just going boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what explains why some religious people are the way they are, right? The essence of, Christianity or Islam is that, hopefully these words grow in you, gift you things like patience, love, and all of those things. And if you're just religious and looking at it on the face of it, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, so I think what I wanted to say was he used religion to justify his actions, right?
Exactly.
Religion to justify why he was killing all those people, why he did the evil, even though he thought he was doing good.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where I was going with that. Where he did use the Bible or religion to back up his acts and to justify what he was doing. So but I guess
all in all,
go Extraction. It's Chris Hemsworth. It's on Netflix. Everybody has Netflix.
Yeah, everybody has Netflix. You should watch it. It's not bad. What would you score it over 10 though?
9 over 10.
Yeah, I'll give it 7.5, Sha.
What happened to the 0.5?
Just because I want to give it, I don't want to give it an 8. Just 7.5.
Show working.
So definitely watch it. Hopefully, the next one will even be better. I foresee it being better.
I hope it's the
honest.
last one because we don't need 4, 5, 6, 7.
Exactly. Let's just end it. We don't want it to get to 10.
Like some people.
We don't want to mention names, but we definitely don't want it to be Extraction X.
Right. Or like this Expendables. Like, why do they have part 4? Like, part 4 is coming out.
Part 4 is coming out.
In like, is it
so
August or
what
something?
Will be the storyline now? What will happen?
Crickets.
Don't have anything to say. So we have
nothing to say.
Nothing more. We're rounding up now.
Yeah.
You want to tell me anything nice, darling? No?
After I drove all the way to Mingamala for you yesterday.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was feeling very blue, guys. And my friend stopped by with Amala Olaya. 200 naira amala and 6 pieces of meat with begging and it was doing God. It was, I finished it like in 10 minutes, Fem. Can you remember? Like in 10 minutes. I was just there. Less than 10 minutes with my spoon. It was just going. I was praying for you like God. Because I only had eggs that morning and I was banging. So when you bought it was hot.
Please, what prayer do you pray for me? That will blow.
I'll blow.
Okay.
I'll blow. Yeah.
And then, we can retire.
We can retire rich.
Yeah.
By God's grace.
Amen.
That's the prayer. So, definitely, guys, we're reviewing to say go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've given our scores already. This one believes it's 9, but I'm saying
7.5.
You guys can deduce by yourself
9.
when you watch it.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for listening to our show.
Yay.
Please make sure to follow us everywhere you listen to podcasts, including Spotify.
And also on YouTube.
And on YouTube. Okay. On YouTube.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Over and out.
It was over and out. Roger that.